back from the walk around. Everything looks good.
Hey, Captain. The agents want to start sending people out. Can we start boarding?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
I'm ready for the brief.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I'll be the pilot flying. It'll be a standard takeoff. We'll be using noise abatement departure procedure 1. The departure will be by ATC vectors. We'll use flaps 5 for takeoff. Runway condition is wet. As for anti-ice, it's not required. Engine blades will be on. Regarding the takeoff brief, from brake release to 80 knots, I'll abandon the takeoff for any vital malfunction called by any flight deck crew member current, present, and awake. I'll call reject, confirm the auto brakes are operating and the speed brakes are deployed. If the auto brakes are not working, I'll apply maximum manual braking and maximum symmetrical reverse thrust and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway. After the full stop on the runway, we will make a decision on any further actions. From 80 knots to V1, I'll only reject for 3 reasons: engine fire, engine failure, or a takeoff configuration warning horn. At and above V1, we'll bring the aircraft into the air. The only actions I need from you below 400 feet are for you to silence the bells and confirm the failures. Above 400 feet, I'll call for the failure action drills as required, and you'll perform the memory items. At 800 feet above field elevation, I'll call for altitude hold and retract the flaps on schedule while going to maximum continuous thrust on the operating engine. Passing through 1500 feet, I'll call for the checklist. If we're above the maximum landing weight, we'll make a decision to perform an overweight landing as the situation requires. For wheel well, engine, or wing fire, after landing, I will turn the aircraft in such a way that the flames will be on the downwind side and will evacuate on the upwind side. For any cargo fire, make sure the emergency services do not open the cargo doors until the evacuation is complete. Any questions?
No questions.
Departure brief complete. Are you ready for the departure brief?
I'm ready for the brief.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I'll be the pilot flying. It'll be a...
On behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoyed flying with us today. Before takeoff, we encourage you to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of this aircraft.
Clearance delivery, Alitalia 4345. Request startup and pushback. Alitalia 4345. Startup and pushback approved. We're ready for taxi. Contact ground on 121 decimal 90. Startup and push approved.
The passenger boarding is complete, and when you're ready, I have loads of
Cabin
for you.
crew will display the safety features and procedures of this aircraft in case of an emergency. In an emergency,
Thank you.
remain in your
Have a
seat
safe flight.
with your seatbelt fastened. In case of a drop in cabin pressure.
Ground control, Alitalia 4345. Request taxi.
Alitalia 4345. Taxi via Mike Echo to holding position runway 28. Tower on 118.1.
Via Mike Echo to holding position runway 28. Tower on 118.1. Alitalia 4345.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps.
Flaps 5, green light.
Stabilizer trim.
4.0 units.
Before takeoff checklist, complete. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain. I'd like to welcome you on board our flight today. We'll be on our way here in just a few minutes, so if you'll just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Tower, Alitalia 4345. On holding position runway 28. Request straight out.
Alitalia 4345. Line up runway 28.
Lining up runway 28. Alitalia 4345.
Runway entry procedure, please.
Check. Clear on the approach.
445, hold short, runway 28.
Ready to go.
Alitalia 4345, wind 190 at 3, fly runway heading climb 25 on 500, on airborne contact departure on 125.905, runway 28, cleared for takeoff, good flight.
Runway heading to 5,500. Departure on 125.905. Cleared for takeoff, 28. Alitalia 4345.
Takeoff.
Check. Thrust set.
300 degrees, 6 knots, clear to land, runway 14.
80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate.
V1.
Rotate. V2.
Aircraft 2155, wind 280 degrees, 4 knots, good takeoff, runway 28.
Positive right.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Heading select.
Heading select. Gear up, lights out.
Departure
Climb
control,
thrust.
Alitalia
Climb thrust set.
4345. With you past 2,000 or 5,500.
Level change.
Level change.
Clear to intersection CH552.
VNAV.
VNAV.
Clear direct to EH552 intersection. Climbing 5,500. Alitalia 4345.
Command A.
Command A.
After takeoff checklist.
Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up, no lights. After takeoff checklist. Complete. Transition altitude. Altimeters. 2992.
Transition altitude. Altimeters 2992.
Italia 4345. Contact radar control 12622. 12622. Alitalia 4345.
Level 180, Indian.
Ladies and gentlemen, now safe to use all electronic devices. Please remember that mobile phones must remain switched off for the duration of the
Very much
flight.
more. This is Alitalia 4345. With you on flight level 85 or flight level 120.
Alitalia 4345, ahead flight to climb to flight level 170.
Climbing flight level 170. Alitalia 4345.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt signs and you're currently experiencing some turbulence. Please return to your seat and fasten the seatbelt.
Italia 4345. Contact radar control 128. 128 decimal 3 Alitalia 4345.
Approche 1 0 180 056 sur un matin.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving by the ATC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect an ILS approach into our destination. Landing runway condition is wet. Anti-ice is not required. Landing flap will be 30. Auto brake, we'll leave it off for manual braking. Engine blades will be on. Decision height will be 200 feet. Any questions?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
1009,
Approach checklist.
Altimeters 3006.
3006.
Approach checklist complete.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Shalom, Papa, flight 090.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Alitalia 4345, contact tower on 124.47.
124.47, Alitalia 4345. Tower Alitalia
Localizer
4345. Tower Alitalia 4345. Landing. Alitalia
Gear down.
4345.
Gear down.
Clear to land, runway 27 right, final approach. QNH 0. Clear to land, runway 27 right, reducing to final approach speed.
Flaps 15.
We need to slow down a bit first.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Landing checklist.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Standing by for the flaps.
Fly runway heading, climb altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1002.
Fly runway heading, climb altitude 4,000 feet, 10.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Easy 639, correct, contact Manchester Control 128.05.
Cleared.
Check. Flaps 30. Green light. Landing checklist complete.
Landing.
Check.
1,000.
Minute 23 after finish hour 757 on the left hand side of the booking area, depart sign up 279.
Feet.
Approaching minimum. Flight slow.
Security 22.
Approaching minimums.
Minimums.
Traffic 630, vacate right taxi to Victor.
Minimums.
Tap 250,
100.
Register 124.2. Register
50. 30. 40. 10.
Speed brakes up.
Put a landing. But if we didn't bend anything that
Reverse green.
Channel 472, clip to Gatwick, landing 2 Tango departure, squawk 5102, expect Manchester 124.2.
60 knots.
60 knots.
60 knots.
5,
And the captain
contact
has
ground
turned
on
off the seatbelt
121.90, 121.90, and Italia 4345.
Okay to clean up.
Check.
62 knots approved. Temperatures light and QNX 1009 from 27.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely at the gate. This will be your indication it is safe to move about the cabin, gather your belongings, and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Vacate next right, today for Victor, parking stand 8. Tombstone 409, vacate next right, today for Victor, parking stand 8.
Cabin crew, disarm slides.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. On behalf of the captain and crew,
I'm ready
thank
for
you for flying
shutdown.
with us today and hope you will join us again.
Tombstone 429, vacate next right, and today for Victor, parking stand 11.
Next right, Victor 114
427 Victor Foxtrot, contact Manchester 124.2 by 142, 027 Victor Foxtrot, Sam 25 today, clear takeoff, 210 degrees 19.